Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and let's see about today's demonstration. It is about the Sri Vithala temple from Hampi. I recently visited the place, and I've taken some photographs of it for me to do paintings. Uh, they don't allow you to do paintings live in the site. So today we will be doing the painting here in my studio from the reference photos that I have taken. So you see, what you see here is one of the mandapas in the temple, which is situated in one corner in the eastern side, and so it's basically in its ruins, with all with the roof over here till here, and then from here the roof is not there, so that is not in my focus area. And then we have a little bit of other mandapas over here, and then I have drawn everything in perspective, taking in the single point perspective, so drawing lines as if it comes out from one single line. And this line is actually, the origin is little far, because this is in 3D, so we have to visualize everything in that way. And I have drawn it, and now we are ready to paint it. So we will, before painting, first let's do the planning. In the planning part, we have just to understand the colors and tones, we have a sky which is fairly very light blue in color. We can make it a little darker, or add in tinge of purple or other shades to make it a little interesting. We can add in some orange also to make it look like a morning sky. That is up to us. Basically the sunlight is falling in this direction, it is hitting, so these pillars, these areas are enlightened. And then there is a lot of bounce in the light, and the shadow, if you see, is falling more or less in the vertical form, because I visited the place at around 11 around 11ish, 11:30, where the sun was mostly on the top. Not a good time to go and paint or take references, but this is what we have, so we will make the best out of it and make it look as natural as possible. So for painting, we will try to concentrate here and make this a little in the yellowish tone, maybe Naples yellow, a mixture of Naples yellow, a little bit of maroon or rose madder, a little bit of orange here and there. And the sky, we will try to keep it as blue as possible and try to bring this thing to life. This thing will be our, this much will be our center of attraction here. And the rest of the background and everything will be little blurry, so here this thing will be out of focus, so this will be little blurry. We will try to make it little blurry, and that is how we are going to do it. So let's start with the first wash, which is the most exciting and the best thing to paint. So first I am mixing the colors. I am taking pure ultramarine blue here. That is that will form the starting color. So first we will put some water, and more water, less pigment. That should be our mantra. So first I am putting in water. So there was a little bit of blue, for which it became a little on the bluish tone. So I'm putting lots of water, and then I'm taking ultramarine blue, and I'm putting one stroke like that, and let it flow. Let it flow. Then we will mix little bit of Naples yellow in the same ultramarine blue, little bit of orange also, and make a little grayish tone, yellowish gray tone, and then we will allow this color to flow like that. Be a little gentle with the strokes and let it flow. Now you see a line over here which I don't want, so I'm mixing more blue, and I will try to blend in properly this color. Maybe the gravity will do its task, so I will try to keep it in the vertical position as possible, so that the blue from here percolates down and it gives a nice nice kind of gradient feel to it. And then we will have some yellow and some orange mixed together. So this portion we are having all yellow, and we will allow the color to come down. So basically I have not given the yellow tinge on this here as of yet, because don't want to lose the crispness of this. So little bit of orange like that. Okay. In the meantime, I will take another brush a little on the smaller side, because I want this background to be a little on the blurry side. I don't want a lot of focus over there, but still I want this to exist. So we will go and put the color here. So here, the moment we work here, the background will automatically become a little blurry. So that is what we want. There is a compound wall which will, and then there are little bits and bits of the ruins here. Then you have the ruins here. I am painting this because I want this border to be a little blurry. So that is why I am painting this right now. And wherever I need the things to be crisp, I will not touch it now. So basically this pillars has to be crisp, so we can work on it later on, not now. Okay, here, so we will give it a nice dry, and then we will come and rework on it once the once this thing dries properly. Yeah. Welcome back. So our uh, base, that is the wash, has dried now. So we will put the underlying color of the temple now. I didn't want to disturb the sky. I didn't want this color to spread in the sky, so I did not do anything at this moment. I just given a gradient from blue to yellow ochre to a deeper yellow orange kind of color, which forms the basis of the stone now. Now we will take in some Naples yellow, and uh, we have to make sure that the color is very subtle. We don't want it to overpower. So I'll mix some orange and some rose madder, uh, which is the maroon color. Too much of rose madder is not needed. So that will form the basis of this ruin. So we will start from the top and we will slowly come down, and in between we will drop in some light colors. So just to give it a variation, it has to be, not look boring. So for that, some mixture of colors, some redness here and there, some yellowness somewhere, actually helps give a nice feel to it. But we are keeping the colors very very transparent at this stage. Okay, and we will bring it down to the point where the color becomes more or less like a very desaturated yellow. So I am mixing a little bit of blue to the yellow and then applying the yellow color. More or less this is Naples yellow, pure Naples yellow to most of the part. So because this entire, the tone of this area is darker than this area, so we can cover it completely, not a problem. And I'll just leave a little bit of white here and then continue this thing. So just here and there I will leave a little bit of white for that highlight to come in. And this color uh, would form the basis of the pillars. So I will cover almost all the pillars till here completely in this color. And then from here we have a little bit of sky showing. So this much is the sky. So this light color over here, this one also light color. So this is the light yellow color, just to give the basis of, to keep the basic stone color, we can say. A little bit of red color here and there, some at some places here. But it has to be very light, because when we want this color to radiate. Okay, that's it. And then we will give the same color with a little bit of purple or mauve color. We'll mix it, little bit of water. So this portion, because this portion is coming below the lighted area, so this much, and it goes like that. And here also there is a shadow, so I will put it like that. And this is the basic color of, the underlying color is the basic color of the ground. So we are not touching anything there. Okay, and then we'll mix it a little bit of yellow in the same color, and that, because this is a little on the darker side. So I think that's it. So we'll let it dry. Now we will do the midtones. So this is the midtone. So we will take one step uh, forward. So wherein the pillars, the inside of the pillars are having a little darker shade. So for that we will take this nice raw umber and mix it with a little bit of rose madder, so it forms a nice brown color, and add in some blue color to it. So this will be the color of the inside portion of the pillars of the pillar. And here I will try to cover rest of the portions wherever the sunlight is falling. That portion I will leave, rest everything I will cover with this color. I'm using the same fat brush for this purpose. So there's a little bit of water. Okay. And like that, same technique I will use everywhere. So I will cover it with a thin layer of this color, and then inside portion now. After this pillar, all these other pillars what you see are under the garb of shadow. So this entire thing will be under the shadow. See, I have completely covered it under the shadow right now, and this shadow continues still this place, like that. Okay, and I'll take little bit of blue and little bit of orange color, mix it together, little bit of Naples yellow also mix together. So this one, so from this pillar onwards you have a crisp line here. So little bit of water. Now this pillar is the pillar where the sunlight is hitting most most of the sunlight is hitting. So I will not cover it totally, but the inside part I will cover it with the shadow color. Okay, and from here till here, even if I see this pillar, now the sunlight changes its direction. So what happens now, this particular pillar will have this face covered in shadow. So I'm just following what I'm seeing. I did not allow this pillar to completely the right side to be filled with shadow, because it's not there. This pillar's left side is under shadow, so I have covered it. Again the same thing goes on for this layer, and the shadow is falling on like that. A little bit of gap is there. Okay, so on that pillar like that, and then a little bit like that. Even the inside of this one, this pillar's top portion, it will be like that. Now by seeing the reference picture, I'll try to create this particular area. Wherever you have shadow, just try to cover it with the same color. See, this shadow is little bit, shadow is falling over here, even little bit of shadow is falling over here, then same thing over here, same thing over here. Okay, and then this inside portion is completely under the shadow, and even in this portion we'll take it one more level, we'll go one level more. I'm mixing a little darker color, a little more darker color, and see, if you see this portion will be covered under a darker form of shadow. So the midtones also have a lot of other shades, it's not just one midtone. And then little bit of lavender I am mixing just to make it little desaturated, and then covering this portion also. Okay, and covering this portion as well. Now if I see this pillar, this pillar's background over here, like that, will be of tone darker. Okay, same thing goes for this side. I'm leaving behind the pillars section, the whatever is behind the pillar, I am coating it with one darker shade, like one tone darker. Okay, same goes on the top of the pillar like that. So here see here. Okay, and then so this much, this much kind of planning, or you can say thought process you have to put in for painting an architecture. So right now this portion is looking good 3D, and I can clearly see how the pillars are laid and all. So we'll stop for a while, we'll let this colors dry, and then we'll go to the next stage. So now you see I have given a little blue tinge to these areas because it was very brownish. So I thought of giving it a little blue tinge. So I took some ultramarine blue and just dabbed it at few places. Now we will work on the other areas. So just like uh, under this there is a channel, there are shadows here, so all those areas we will work. So I'm taking some ultramarine blue and mixing it with light red, or burnt sienna color, you can say. So mix it with a little bit of orange also for that warmth. And then uh, we will start from this end like that, and we will give a little pause, and will not just draw one straight line, a little pause and dots here and there will make it look better, as if it's a little broken. Okay, see here, I could have drawn a straight line, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give kind of dots, like deliberately breaking it, and then a little thinner form. Okay, like that. Same color we have to mix again, blue color, little bit of brown and little bit of orange color, more orange for that matter, and little bit of water. Again we will go and we will put it here, and yeah, so here. Okay, like that. And then little bit of orange we will take, and we'll try to blend it like that, blend it. And here if you see, I am using the same fat brush. Right now we have to change the brush because things are going to get a little more detailed. Just that because I want to cover maximum place with minimum lifting, so I'm using this brush at this moment. Okay, now we'll take a little smaller brush, little blue color, mix it with the nice brown color that we had to form a kind of grayish blue color, and then we'll add in this dash lines, which will give a sense of broken uh, platform, like the platform of this particular temple. Okay, and then again we have to make a few brick structures here. So if you see, the wall is going like that, and so I'm using broken line everywhere because it, first of all, it is made up of stone, and then there is a lot of breaking here and there, so this will give a sense of uh, wear and tear, and makes it more natural. Certain blue dots here and there to give in depth. Okay, now there is one form which has just little darker there, and then the stairs. For that we use the gray color that we have, like that, and we take a little darker color and put it on the inner side of this um, stair here. Some small touches here and there are needed. See, it looks so natural now, this stair, it looks as if the stair is there. I then we have to make this platform stand out a bit, so again the same technique, so it is like repeating the same technique throughout the painting. Now done, I will just give it give this thing a little. Now, this particular portion, I want a good, nice shadow because there is a stone up here. So that stone is casting a shadow. So that should look very natural. Little bit of turquoise I'm taking, and this is to just cover one or two stones in a little different color because all the stones are not of the same color. So just to give a color gradient to the stones here and there, just this is needed. Now let's work on this area. Again, we will take some blue color, some orange color, mix it well together, and that forms the basis of our this shadow portion. So if you see, all the pillars inside have this color, and then you have the same thing going on here, like that. Pillars are there. This is not supposed to be very detailed, so if at all, you know, things are a little blurry or not in proper dimension, it's okay. It should just look a geometric shape. It should not look round or something. But other than that, I think if it is not having details and all, that's okay. And then we'll just give it a little platform here, like that. Okay. And then few dash of colors here and there to signify that there are some ruins out there. Okay. Some bricks, some broken bricks. Okay. Like that. So we are left only with the top of the temple, which we will do and then complete this painting. Now let's work on the top of the temple, or the mandapam. So I am taking some burnt sienna and some blue, and mixing it together. And so basically I want a very dark brown, and then I'm using a oil paint brush, and I'm trying to make it as dry as possible. So basically I will give some textures to it, and I will try to make the impression of ruins here. So basically I'm brushing the hard edge brush on the surface of this thing, like that. So here basically I have to do less talking and more work, so little careful on what I am doing. Sometimes it becomes difficult to talk and then paint at the same time, so keeping a little calm, because this might ruin the overall work that I have done so far. Okay, now see, just brushing this hard edge brush on the surface, it's doing its job pretty well. Little orange color. Like that. So this portion is more dark because it is against the sunlight. Sorry, it is on the other side of the sunlight, so this portion is taking most of the light, so this portion will be more or less dark. Fine. So fine, and then some dry strokes here also. Here. Yep. So that gives a nice dimension. Now we are left with a little dark tones here and there, so mixing a little concentrated blue and rose madder together, and a little bit of raw umber to that, which forms a nice big bold dark color patch. And so uh, just underneath this roof, we'll add this dark color where it is providing some shade, and then use it wherever necessary. Okay, this is a dark color. So here, and then here, then we have Okay. Done. So this looks pretty nice. We will add a little color over here to this area, little darkness. Okay, like that. Maybe a little less. And then some darkness here. Okay, this portion was supposed to be dark from the beginning. Okay, few touches below the uh, pillar, subtle details like here. See here, so few details has to be added here, like that. Like that, like that. Here. Okay, we'll take some more blue and some more raw umber, and see, these are the touches which will finally finish the painting. Okay, so like that, like that. So we have to have a line here. Little, actually this should have been a little, the tone has to be a little less. So mix a little orange here and make it more diluted so that we will have a nice color to work with, nice tone to work with. Okay, okay, looks nice from my side. So just few things left, like a few details here and there. When I say details, it's just few touches, okay? So I'm not making each and every pillar in the utmost detail. That I am not. That is not in the plan. So just setting the tones right. And this one, okay. I think we are done. So guys, do let me know how do you find this painting to be, and if you learned something from this painting, then do subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and spread the good word. Thank you. Bye bye.